Okay, everybody, buckle your seatbelts because the Michael Finkley Show has a brand new home.
The Michael Finkley Show is now a part of the Greater Works Network on Roku TV. To watch, add the Greater Works Network channel to your Roku TV. Congratulations, Finkley!
Think fam, we are celebrating season 2.
We have Michael Finkley Show songwriter Javante James.
Writing music was a way to express myself.
As we release our brand new theme song, Just to Make It. Chop champion, Chef Nick Wallace.
I was wanting to do something positive to get me ready.
And celebrity hairstylist and entrepreneur Anthony Minor.
I want to phase out the hair or like TV hair.
All coming up next.
Hello, everybody. Oh, y'all, we are back. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show for season 2. Y'all, we're so excited. Oh my gosh, I've missed you all. I really missed you all, and I hope that you all had a fantastic holiday season and also a brand new spanking year celebration. So happy new year to everyone. Thank you so much for watching us. Y'all, oh my gosh, we are 11 days into a brand new year, and I tell you, I love the beginning of the year because it brings new hope, a new feeling right to us, and a brand new beginning. Y'all, so much has happened thus far in the brand new year, but we always remember that you are accountable of how you treat people, how you act towards self as well. So remember, you are responsible for your actions. As long as that you are taking care of yourself and your being, y'all, you're fine. All right, so please remember that. So much negativity in the world, but I'm telling you, the Michael Finkley Show, we're gonna bring you some new positive stuff. We're gonna bring you some positive stuff, all right? And what 2020 has taught me is to not live in fear, even in the biblical sense where it says he did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So y'all, fear would not paralyze me anymore. It would not shut me up anymore. I would not be afraid to take the leap of faith anymore. No more fear into 2021. I'm living out my dream, and y'all, because of you all and your awesome love and support, my dreams are coming to pass. But I'm going to talk about that more when we return. So we'll be right back. On the next Michael Finkley,
Fox's I Can See Your Voice and comedian Eric Escobar is with us. And social media influencer Corey Jones is with us.
Next Finkley. Calling all TRIO, Gear Up, JAG, and other college readiness organizations. Hello everybody, it's Finkley with the Finkley Experience. I am here to offer you information about our college readiness cohort series.
This college readiness series includes college applications, SAT, ACT prep, scholarships, financial aid, the mental mind state, HBCU versus PWI versus technical colleges, and so much more.
You know, this is helpful because it's actually like making me change my college plan.
Really?
If you're interested, visit our website, thefinkleyexperience.com, or just email us at michael@thefinkleyexperience.com. We're looking forward to working with you. Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. So y'all, I tell you, season 2, we had to level up a little bit, just a little bit, but I just want to say thank you so much for my viewers, my subscribers, persons that have supported me throughout this time. If you jumped on board in April of last year, or if you're jumping on board right now, I thank you and I appreciate you. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Michael Finkley Show and ring that bell for notification, and you'll see an email saying, hey, new content is uploaded. But now, not only you can now watch us on YouTube, but we're on also Spotify. Okay, we're also on Apple Podcast as well, and drum roll please, we are also on Roku TV at the Greater Works Network. Y'all, oh my gosh, I am so excited. Not only for self, but most importantly for you all, the viewers, because now you get to see more of Finkley on various platforms, and I get to reach more people and encouraging and educating and inspiring. So y'all, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, listen to us on our podcast platforms, and also too, if you have a Roku TV, please add the network, the channel of Greater Works Network, all right, to your repertoire so you can see us any time of the day, all right? And on Roku TV, we'll have our episodes airing every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also on YouTube as well. Everything will be uploaded by 8 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Eastern Standard Time. So I'm excited. So other brand new stuff, right? Other brand new stuff. Okay, so this backdrop, okay? I had to get the backdrop because that white wasn't working for me no more. All right, so the backdrop was done by Seeger's Promotionals Products. Thank you so much, Terrence Seeger, for this. The design of it, my new logo, y'all had to get a new logo. Okay? Had to make it more of Finkley-esque. All right, so thank you so much, GC Stroud Designs. That's again GC Stroud Designs. Brittany Stroud, you're doing your thing, girl. You're doing your thing. Thank you so much for that. And then also too, y'all, I had to get a new style for y'all. All right, I was getting tired of the little fro up there, so I always wanted dread, so I'm starting this whole dread process. So y'all gonna see the growth. All right, they may be short now, but by the time the end of the season comes, y'all, I'm gonna be bobbing it. All right, definitely gonna be bobbing it. Y'all, I am so excited for these awesome guests that are on today. Chef Nick Wallace, who you may remember him from Chopped, from the Food Network. He's a Chopped champion, but doing some amazing things in Mississippi, so he gets to tell his story. And then also as well, we also have Anthony Minor with us. He's a hairstylist, celebrity hairstylist out of California. He does the big and the best celebrities out there on movies and also on television. But he has a product that is like no other for your hair, for your youngsters, but get ready for that interview as well. Now, y'all, another new thing that I needed for this show, it was a theme song. I needed a theme song. And I reached out to one of my former students, Jovante James, and he is a whiz when it comes down to producing, songwriting. And I said, yo, I need a song. So he asked me some questions, and I'm like, bing, bada, boom, and here it is. So I wanted to ask him more in depthly what he thought about the music industry and how music appeals to him. So take a look what he had to say. Then after that is the world premiere of our brand new theme song. Take a look.
I must introduce you to the man that is the creator of the theme song that you will be hearing all of season 2 of the Michael Finkley Show. He is songwriter, he is producer. I introduce you to the world, Jovante James. Bro!
What's up, man? Good
How
to see
are
you,
you?
man. I'm good, man. I'm good. Blessed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I can't thank you enough. When I reached out to you and I said, bro, I need a song, and you jumped right on it. And I must give some background. When I was at Maine High School from 2016 and 2018 as a college and career coach, he was one of my students, and we've been in contact ever since. And I tell you, he is one that I can depend on. And I tell you, the song is fire. But before we get to the world premiere of To Make It, Jovante, what made you start writing songs?
Writing music was a way to express myself. You know, everybody has their different way of expressing themselves, but you know, writing music is definitely my way to express how I'm feeling. You know, so I just did it ever since 13, and I'm still doing it now. So you know, that's how that went.
Okay, awesome. And again, when I reached out to you and we had a conversation of, you know, what the song would be about, and you came up with an amazing song, To Make It. How did this come about for you?
Well, It's funny actually. It was the same day me and you was talking about the whole Tyler Perry, how he, how his show, how he talk to people about chasing their dream and continue to do what God wants you to do. You know what I'm saying, and not being afraid to just fail or not being afraid just to keep doing what you're doing without nobody, without any help or nobody noticing. You know what I'm saying, I'll give you props or whatever. So I was like, I said, I thought about the Finkley Show. I saw some interviews from season 1, and I was like, everybody has a story. Yeah. Everybody has a story. Yes. So the verses I got in the song the verses are basically stories of my own, and the hook, the chorus is just to make it, and that's what everybody wants to do, to make it. No matter what it is, they just want to make it. So the song is good. It's gonna be it's really gonna fit Mr. Finkley Show. It's gonna fit it.
Oh yeah. When I heard it, I could just relate instantly, just like that. Instantly. I'm just like, we're just trying to make it. We are trying to make it. We're doing the best that we can and know how to do, and we're going to make it.
That's right.
We're definitely going to make it. So, Giovante, what does music do for you?
Music gives me a reason to wake up in the morning happy. Waiting, it gives me a reason to wake up happy. It gives me a reason to have hope. It keeps my faith strong. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, just know it's gonna happen. So it makes me feel alive. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be alive but not live. Music make me live. So that's what music do for me.
I gotcha. And before you even wrote this song for the Michael Finkley Show, you have been on fire, my friend, on social media in your own music. So how can people find you on social media and also listen to your music?
You can find me on social media on Instagram at Vante_A1. My music links are right below my bio. One click, you'll be on Spotify. Another click, you'll be on Apple. I got my YouTube link up there. One of my songs, the song called "I Mean It," that almost got 100,000 views on Spotify. So we working. I call it the road to 1 million. That's what I'm calling it, the road to 1 million views. But yeah, almost 100,000 views, sitting at 86,000. So go on my Instagram, Facebook. I post music on Facebook, but Facebook I keep that for the family and friends. It's to reunite with my family and friends on Facebook. But you can find me Javante James on Facebook, Jovante, James James. And that's about it with social media.
All right, y'all heard it here. I'm telling you, go on his social media platforms. This is the future of music before you, I'm telling you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the world premiere of To Make It by none other than producer, songwriter, Javante James. To Make It.
If I can make it through the night, just to see a brighter side, 'cause I've been working all my life just to make it. If I can make it through the night, just to see a brighter side, 'cause I've been working all my life just to make it. Just to make it. Just to make it. I've been working all my life just to make it. Just to make it. Just to make it. I've been working all my life just to make it. As a kid, I had a dream. My grandma told me, boy, you can do anything. I close my eyes and spread my wings. Imagination brought me through hard times. I remember times I couldn't roll too down, but now I can, and I feel so blessed. Just to make it. Just to make it. promise you will make it, and the world will see you. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it. Just to make it. Just to make it. I've been working all my life just to make it. Just to make it. Just to make it. I've been working all my life just to make it.
Next, we chat with Chef Nick Wallace. We'll be right back.
Does your kid rock?
Wednesdays, we feature kids that rock. Want to participate? Email us at michael@thefinkleyexperience.com and tell us your story. Wednesdays. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, I am still excited about season 2. And again, we have another awesome guest to start our season premiere week. Y'all may have seen him on Chop. He's a chef. He's a community advocate. He's also an author. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Chef Nick Wallace. Nick.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for saying yes. And we have been following you since that awesome episode of Chopped, and we know that you're doing some amazing things. So it all started with you in Mississippi, in Edwards, Mississippi. Talk about that time.
Yeah, so originally I'm from Edwards, Mississippi. I was grown into who I am right now because of 3 awesome ladies, and that's 2 grandmothers and my mother as well. And I grew up in that rooted lifestyle. So chasing dewberries on the fence line and chickens and giving them names and trying to chase them. You know, that was an everyday life for me, but it gave me a lot of structure. And to be honest, when I did move to Jackson, when I was like 9 years old, it was like moving to Las Vegas, at least is what I thought. You know, it was just so exciting because I was in the back of Edwards behind a egg marketing company. So it was an egg producing and marketing company. Wow. So we was in our own little desert. We fed the neighbors fed us, and we had our little community. We didn't have to go out for a lot. We had, milk, everything. We did everything. So I'm glad that I transitioned out of Edwards because it could be the other side. I could be a farmer, mostly throughout my whole life, like my dad. My dad, God rest his soul, he was a farmer, and the family business was cutting wood. So we did pulpwood, what they call it. So I got a lot of structure from that, but I didn't want to go with them. I wanted to stay at home with my grandmother, and that's when I learned how to cook and eat all the time. And I was her favorite too. I don't care what nobody had to say.
I get it, right? I get it. I was my grandmother's favorite too. We called her Ma. And so, I was her favorite. I don't care who says it. I don't care. I don't know. I don't know what you had to say about it, but she was my favorite. I know this. I get it. So when did you know that food is this passion of mine, this love of mine?
I mean, I knew I had a gift at it, in my teenage years, because my mom, she had to take care of not just me and my sister, but she had to take care of my cousins too. So I had to feed them. My mom was working 2 jobs, and we was going back and forth to Jackson Public Schools. And when I come home and everybody's there, everybody's looking at me like, what we gonna eat? We didn't have a whole lot of money coming up, but everybody was just so grateful when I went in the kitchen. I just did my thing, and it was all off of little, quantities of food, and I fed everybody, and it was great every time. So I always knew I had a skill set of it. Yeah. But I never had that love until maybe in my late 20s. Yeah. That's when I grabbed my passion, because to be honest, getting into the restaurant scene of Jackson and not even traveling just yet, I didn't think this world was for me because I didn't see nobody that looked like me that was in that frontier area. Every owner was white. Every boss was white, and all the back cook lines and all was always black. So I didn't know if that was the job for me. So I started roofing when I was 16.
Wow.
I started doing a whole lot of things trying to steer away from cooking until I got back. I was forced almost into it when I was 18, and I stayed in it, but I didn't really start loving it until I knew the impact that the community had. That I started hearing people talk about me. I was scared to death at one point to hear people to talk about my food, talk about the experience, because I wasn't sure if I was doing it, everything that I possibly could to even outweigh anybody, regardless of whatever the color was. But I was so good at it, and I knew how to be in front of a camera. I knew how to talk to people. I knew about nurturing love, hospitality. I knew about that when I was a kid.
Right.
On the farm, that's what we know. We know about protecting each other, treating everybody well, being very hospitable. So a lot of those, a lot of that was in me. And then I had that Southern kind of swag and that Southern accent. And, and then too, I noticed that in that field, I could really be dynamic because nobody is trying to be a leader. I'm not going to say they're not trying to be, but nobody is taking that step or had that opportunity. But I was gifted that opportunity, so I took it and I ran with it. And I wanted to go, after I started getting a lot of support from Mississippi, I wanted to go beyond that. I just wanted to get out of Mississippi, travel a little bit. I went to Anchorage, Alaska, worked there for a little while, went to Atlanta, New York, started doing James Beard dinners. And people was just, it was infectious, It was one of those things that kept coming back to me, and I kept getting all these opportunities and said, hey, how about you want to be in this program and do this? And I started a nonprofit, man, before I even started working for myself.
Amazing.
That's how explosive I wanted to take it. And I just wanted to be different. I didn't want to be like nobody else. I don't have people to tell me what to cook.
Yeah.
I want people to let me really spill my love into food and don't force me to anything. Yeah. And I'm 41 now, and it's going good, and we continue to make a lot of people happy, and my parents, my grandmothers are super proud.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. And I guess this whole, because I'm from South Carolina, so I definitely get what you're saying about the whole Southern thing and, just making things work for you. And especially, I love when you said about your passion, right? You try to run from it, but it always has a way of catching up with you. Even when we don't want it to, but it worked for you and it allows you to do the things that you're doing to this day. So let's fast forward to 2014 on another Food Network show called Cutthroat Kitchen. How was that for you?
So yeah, I got an opportunity to go on Cutthroat Kitchen, and in my mind, all Food Network shows was like in New York or California. I just didn't know exactly what it was, but I already had it like in my mind of how it looked on the stage. It wasn't, a lot of things wasn't over dramatic. I could just go in there and do my thing. It wasn't nothing like that, so I got an opportunity to go to Hollywood for the first time.
Amazing.
So I got to spend like a whole week in Hollywood, and it was great because that's when I really know what competition is when I went on Cutthroat Kitchen, because you get to smack talk on Cutthroat Kitchen. You get to say things, and I'm trying to be as humble as I possibly can.
Because it's in us, right?
Yeah. But I had this guy from upstate New York, and he was just hammering on me, saying I couldn't do anything but fried chicken, make comeback sauce, fried catfish, And so, I used that to my advantage. So I surpassed him on the show. And I just stayed humble. And I placed second place on that. But when I came back home, one of those things hit me. I was wanting to do something positive to get me ready for the next stages of my life. I went to a tattoo parlor. My family did not like that at all. And I started putting things on me that I love. I went and got me a catfish. I went and got me a basket of fried chicken. I went and got my dad's hand holding peppers, my dad's favorite tractor, beds of greens, peppers, everything that I love, my pet pig when I was a kid, and I wanted to be that guy that represent everything that I stand for in Mississippi, and I did it and it worked for me too. So when I went back to my next show, I was a lot more confident. I had a little bit more swag. And so I was introduced into a little bit of that Food Network scene with Alton Brown. Alton Brown was such a lovely person, and he was trying to, he was helping me, guiding me. He loved the way I cook. He loved my approach. Mm-hmm. And I want you to continue to tell your story, and then I'll tell you how Alton Brown meets me again.
Oh, amazing. And let's just continue. 3 years later, 2017, Chopped. We're on Chopped. Yeah. Talk about that experience. Was it something similar to what you already experienced beforehand?
It was different from Cutthroat Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot more tone. They kept us, they kept us a little separated. It wasn't really no smack talking because everybody was focused on the prize. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of pressure on the show, so you really didn't have time to sit there and talk smack to whoever it was next to you.
Right.
You have to focus on your skill set because you're going to get embarrassed if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the chance to meet Alton Brown again. Now, I knew this when they was vetting me for the show. They said that, we want to spin that whole connection of Alton Brown on your first show. Now you meet Alton Brown in New York City. And now you get an opportunity to compete again in front of Alton Brown. How do you feel? I said, I'm ready. Where's my plane ticket at? Like, let's go. So I was ready then. I had all the confidence in the world, and I didn't care what they threw at me. I'm gonna stay who I am, and I'm gonna stay true to it, and I'm gonna prevail. And that's when I was awarded to be the first Chop champion in Mississippi. And that's the reason why I scream out Mississippi. I do it for the kids.
Yeah.
My nonprofit is it's in the Jackson Public Schools. I started in the middle school that I graduated from. I go search for earnings and all for me to be able to deliver a product for the kids. I don't ask the public schools for anything other than a door for me to enter. Yeah. You give me a door to enter, I'm going to do everything else. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about, I can't go to a grocery store around Mississippi area and I get hugs from kids, from parents. It's so much love. I live on this this main street of Jackson, and about 2 acres. So my dogs run. So I have an 8-year-old, and I have to walk her to the end of the street when she catches the bus pre-pandemic. Mm-hmm. And you all to see it in the morning times, man. We're out there, and most of the time it's chilly or cold. It's 6:30, 6:45. You all to hear the horns. You all to hear the horns, the arms out the window. Like and I'm like, how do you even know where I stay at? But you know what I'm saying? I think it's just all about that. I know when you stand up straight as a man or woman, you are noticeable, regardless of if you think so or not. And I don't care if you 5 streets down, you will notice a glow. You will notice somebody that's trying and somebody that's respectful. So, a lot of these words that come out of my mouth are straight from my Nana, and I can tell you they stand true to this day. But it was just such a great experience.
Oh, I just love that. And can you talk more about your nonprofit more in detail? Yeah. What is it all about in the school systems?
Yeah, so I started Creativity Kitchen about 6 years ago, and I wanted to name it, being in the kitchen and being very creative. And it really stemmed from the USDA pretty much gives the public schools a certain inventory, and you have to use it. You can pick whatever items you want, but you have to use it. And you get very limited of local product too that comes in, like fresh food. Mm-hmm. So I knew that going into this, I had to be super creative. So I call it Creativity Kitchen.
Yeah.
So what I do is I pretty much, before I even started, I mapped out all the information, and I started developing all these recipes. So again, when I get done with the recipes, I have to send it over to the school's nutritionist. They vet it. We put it on the menu on Mondays. You know, I thought Mondays was the day because whatever the kids went through that weekend, they could start their week off, you know, with a whole new menu. I even brought dessert back. You know, they took dessert back many, many years ago. So I bring in a healthy dessert. So when they come in on Monday, they seeing all the tablecloths, my picture, you know, and then I started off at that one school that I graduated from, but it was going so well, we had to put it in all 13 of the middle schools because everybody was asking for it. So my Mondays, I would leave early in the morning and try to get to as many schools as I possibly can just to shake a hand or hug a kid or, you know, hug a cafeteria worker and just tell them thank you. And I'll always end back up at Blackburn until, you know, until all the other principals like, you got to give us some of this love too. But the menu changed every single month. So the kids got to go through, you know, their full semester with 3 different menus of homemade pizzas and great pasta. I mean, I was making these kids basil pesto pasta. You wouldn't think that they would eat it, but yes, they will. Veggie pizza, you know, they would eat it. Broccoli and zucchini and squash over their pizzas, and they was loving it. So the impact was so great. It got some attention in Washington, D.C. For Michelle Obama's Chef Moves to School. So I got inducted for Mississippi, and they put out all these White House kind of Chef Moves to School calendars. So I got to represent Mississippi on a grassroots level, you know, like I didn't want nothing in return. I want to do this because I know it's much needed. And it even went even further than that. The Institute of Child Nutrition at Ole Miss, which is a large university in Oxford, Mississippi, it got their attention. So I started working for them. So I started traveling and I started coinciding with doing a lot of work for Creativity Kitchen, but also with Institute of Child Nutrition because I was like a student. I got a chance to learn more that I could build off of to even make Creativity Kitchen more powerful. So I got a call from Gaston, Alabama, from Erlanger and Hazard, Kentucky. And it was like, Nick, can you implement Creativity Kitchen in our public schools? And I was like, yes. I call volunteers. We get in my Suburban, we bring all the literature and all that. And we stay gone weeks at a time. And we go affect some other kids' life that's away from Mississippi. So I can say like, you know, like grassroots efforts and all, to me, it's just like one of the best. You know, it's just one of the best. And everybody that went, man, they just enjoyed it. They just enjoyed the life of giving. And that's all it's all about. You know, in return, you will get whatever you need, but it cannot be your first intentions. It cannot. So that's Creativity Kitchen, man. And as soon as the pandemic get on out of here, so hopefully maybe in a year or whenever it is that I can actually get back into the public schools. I have a Creativity Kitchen pretty much on steroids that's about to happen. I have a friend that I am that close to pushing to move here from the Hamptons of New York to relocate here in Mississippi to help me on this process, to join forces so we can, you know, put these like-minded people together and hit these restaurants, do these nonprofits, go out here and make a difference. Like the Workforce Center training that I'm gonna do with Creativity Kitchen, that's the one that's on steroids. So these kids are gonna be able to, they can learn now skill sets in the kitchen, but this is gonna be classroom work before they even can, you know, involved to get into the kitchen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
My gosh, so you're talking more of curriculum, right?
Oh yes.
Oh, wow. Now that is exciting. That is exciting. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this. And I love how you give back. You're paying it forward. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's definitely all about. And so since all of this has happened to you in your short lifespan, what are some lessons that you have just learned about self
Never give up. Be even more patient than what you think you are. And when you think you're listening, try to listen harder. Because at times coming through this whole process, I'm on the move because I'm only one person, and then I started getting a few employees to work for me. But the one thing I was missing is I should have listened a little bit harder. Like, understanding is very powerful too. So at one point, you have to check yourself before you can really develop or give whatever program or restaurant or whatever attention. You need to know the ins and out of every single thing. And that was one of the things that I learned that was truly, truly the most insight to me to keep me going and to be even more qualified for my position going back in it too.
I love this. And I'm so glad you said the word listen, right? I've learned in my past 31 years, on these 31 years on this earth, I've learned that to listen, you have to be silent. They use the same letters in each word. So to be silent, you will hear what you have to listen to. I love that. Definitely love that. And so how can they find you on social media, Nick?
So on social media, Instagram and Facebook, you can find me at Nick Wallace or Nick Wallace Culinary. Or you can visit my website too at nickwallaceculinary.com. Check out all the latest blogs, recipes, send me a note. We always respond back in 2-3 hours. We can have conversations. We can help you with your holiday list, whatever you need. We help guide people. Like, I was telling you about being in the grocery store.
Yeah.
You have no idea how many times it's somebody there that I'm helping with a recipe, helping find things and inspiring them on to even cook something even different, and I don't mind, I just want to be that person. And two, I want to be a legacy, man.
That's
I wanna
it.
That's it. Yes, I want to be remembered, and it's going to be that for every single one of us, and it's just depends on us of how we're going to be left.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to write my own book is all I'm trying to do.
And you're doing a good job at it.
Thank you.
You're definitely doing a good job at it. Chef Nick Wallace, thank you so much for being on and sharing your story, your wisdom. I know I was encouraged by it to go on and see what the end will be. So thank you so much.
Coming up, we have Anthony Minor. We'll be right back.
Looking for a mentoring program for your young male between the age of 6 and 18 in Columbia, South Carolina? Well, look no further. Big Homie, Little Homie Mentoring Program is the program for you.
Under the leadership of Mr. Jamal Stroud, Big Homie Little Homie is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that caters and mentors at-risk youth that come from single-parent homes. The organization caters to young males between the ages of 6 and 18 within the greater Columbia area. The organization is devoted to shaping and molding their life into great men of society. Big Homie Little Homie organizes male gatherings, discussions, and even educational assistance devoted to guiding and leading them into a positive light. Making a positive attitude will help in transforming their life regardless of what is experienced in life. For more information on Big Homie Little Homie Mentoring Program, visit our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Y'all, we are still celebrating season 2 with some fantastic guests. And we have another one, and another one, and another one. This is hairstylist, entrepreneur, and father, Mr. Anthony Minor. Anthony.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Anthony.
I'm here, please.
How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm here in California. I'm doing great. It's about 80 degrees today, so come on, man.
Anthony, you are a hairstylist. And so within that field, you have to be very, very creative. So when did you actually notice your creative side growing up?
All my life.
All your life.
But literally all my life. I mean, I grew up luckily in a creative household. It was actually creative and analytical. My mother was very more analytical, although creative. And my father was more creative, maybe less analytical. So I kind of worked with them both. But my father and both my parents are just very, very creative. My brother's a musician, and it's just always been there. So I've always just been a creative guy, like all my life, doing stuff. And even now, it's kind of a drive for me right now, just to do creative things. So yeah, it's always been there, just in the way I was raised. That's all,
Gotcha.
And I love it. So.
And by the way you were raised, it was a different time, right? Different time for you compared to now. So were there a lot of backlash of the career that you chose?
No.
Really?
No, the reason being, okay, so growing up, me, my friends, my crew, the people that know me, people kind of expect me to do the things I do. So if I said I did that, they go, no surprise there, right? Because that's just how I've always been. And I really haven't wanted to think about what people think about what I do, you know what I mean? And I do care about what people think about me, but I just do what I want to do, right? So in my world that I'm in, like I've been a vegan, I've been a vegetarian since I was like 19, been a vegan for the last 20 years, and I work out like pretty much every day, things like that. So people around me, they don't do those things. They go, I do, they go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I get it. That's you. You're that guy. You know what I mean? So I've always been that guy. You know what I mean? So it's the way it's been,
Gotcha.
And in my world, like, I'm probably one of the, in television and film world, which I work in also, I'm probably one of the last, I don't know if there's 20 straight guys in the business.
Okay.
In television and film. Most of them are gay, most of it's women, but there used to be more gay, more dudes in there, straight dudes. Now it's just like that. But even that didn't bother me, and nobody, my friends thought, okay, he must be a hairdresser, so that's something he would do. So yeah, no back.
Why not? It's Anthony, right? Why not?
Why not?
And so you mentioned that you cater to celebrities on the big screen, the little screen. Anthony, how did this happen for you? A lot of people are saying, I want to be like that. This is why I'm working so hard. So how did this happen for you?
Again, with me, when I do something, I thought I would think forwards, backwards, if that makes sense, right? So I knew that what I wanted to be was a celebrity hairstylist, that guy, Beverly Hills kind of guy, right? And so when I was in beauty school, I looked for a job. Literally the first month or so when I got into beauty school, I was looking for jobs in Beverly Hills, right? Applying for jobs, knowing I would be out in about a year, right? So I just started applying now. Like, why wait till you graduate to apply? So I started applying for jobs. And then about 2 days before I graduated, I got a job in Beverly Hills. And so once I was in Beverly Hills, I go, I'm in Beverly Hills now. So as an assistant, not as I wasn't ready, but as an assistant. So I said, once I'm in here, now I need you to do a celebrity, right? Don't wait until you become on the floor as a stylist. Start looking for clients now. So at my gym, I just started looking for clients to do that. And then I met this guy. He was an actor, did his hair. He got a TV show. He goes, do you want to work on the show? I go, yeah, I do. And then that was it. So once I was on that show, and it was kind of like, there's A-listers and B-listers. It was like a B-list show. And I go, who are the A-listers? Like, who are they? Again, I just started, but I need to find out who those people are. So I found out who they were, and I got into that circle. And then that was it. It was pretty much that easy. If that sounded easy, it was pretty much that easy.
You make it sound so easy.
It wasn't as hard as people might make it out for themselves. It's just like you got to kind of know what you want, and one of the things I did, I'll tell you the story. I went to a show. It was called If These Walls Could Talk, right? With Cher. I don't know if you heard. It was an HBO movie, and so when I did my people, I didn't know what I was doing, but I did my people, right? My little whatever. And when I got done, I went to the department head of our department. I go, hey, I'm done with my people. Her name is Claire. Hey, Claire, I'm done with my people. If you need anything, let me know. Like, I got you.
Right.
Well, as my luck would have it, they call it, there's a department head, there's a second. Her second gets sick and goes to the hospital. And so she bumps me up from nobody to be her second on this HBO show, right? And now I was, of all the people, because when they hire like these cattle calls, right, for background and like that, right? So they hire maybe 10 extra hair people to do the hair for the background people, blah, 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 right? And so I was one of maybe the 10 people they hired for that shoot. But I can assure you I was the least qualified, but she liked me. And so she brought me in and made me her second. And then once she made me her second, she got a new show. It was called Malcolm and Eddie. And she said, hey, I want to do this show called Malcolm and Eddie. You should do it. So I did Malcolm and Eddie show as a department head. And I was maybe a year into the union, you know.
What?
Yeah. But that's kind of how I operate, if that makes sense, right? And that's also my belief. I believe I deserve that. I believe I'm entitled to that. Not from a narcissistic place, but like, yeah, I deserve to like why wouldn't I deserve that? You know what I mean? It's like I don't know like why I would deserve it. You know what I mean? Like why? So my mind is not filled with negative thoughts like you don't deserve it. What are you doing here? You're not good enough. I just never been that way. Never.
Gotcha.
Never. Yeah.
And how have you seen yourself grown in this industry, Anthony?
You know, it's 20% of it is hair, 80% of it is people skills. And I've always been a people skills kind of guy. So I spend most of my life developing, you know, my just skills as, you know, dealing with people and behavior, things like that. That's why I had to talk to my son tonight because he was having the issue. And I was like, dude, this is how you handle it. Right. You know, so, but I wasn't a people person, and people in my business always like me because I do well on these shows, right? I don't gossip. I'm cool with everybody. I get the job done. You know, I'm not the best hairstylist out there, nor do I ever want to be the best hairstylist out there. It just wasn't my end all goal, you know. But I have really good people skills and people like me, and therefore they hire me. And I literally have not used my resume. I used my resume once in like 22 years.
And that still blows my mind.
Exactly.
It still blows my mind. And I just love how you brought the talents from your 9 to 5 to your business, Bonsai Kids Hair Care Products. Right. And you've been doing this now for 5 years. And I love the slogan where it says, hairstylist tested, but more importantly, mom approved. I love that. And how did this company begin for you?
Well, okay, so I wanted to do a hair care product years ago, but I got discouraged. I went to this guy and he goes, you need 30,000 shampoos. 30, you know, like I go, forget it. That's just, I did not understand that business. So therefore I cannot do it. This is not the lane for me. But then I was at Target about 5 years ago. I ran into a friend of mine, another hairstylist guy. We were talking. He goes, hey man, I got a line now. I go, you got a line? Like, what do you mean you got a line? Like, if you got a line, you get a line. So he goes, yeah, man, you should get a line. I go, okay. So he gave this lady's number, and she was just wanting to jack up the prices. So she was like a middleman, right? And doing, like, she would say, what do you want? I'll get it for you. And I go, that doesn't feel good. So being the guy that I am, I had to do my own research. I find out who the manufacturers were. I went right past, jumped over her, and I went straight to the manufacturer. And I was very lucky that I met, I went to several manufacturers. I found one I liked. This one lady, Erica, she was so sweet, and she really schooled me on the whole manufacturing game, how to do it, but do this or that. And so that's kind of how I got into it and what I needed. So she would say, you need this. Oh, okay, my bad. I go, what about this? No, you need this. I go, okay. And what else I need? You need this, and you need this. Like, okay, done, right? And so she has been like my go-to. So she schooled me on it. And also, when I'm dealing with the salons, I let them teach me as well what I need to know. Because they'll say, you need this product, or this product didn't work, or whatever the case might be. So that's how I do it. I don't believe I know everything. And so I just let them teach me how to do it. And so I did it.
And that's the thing, you're teachable. You're definitely teachable. What's some of the feedback you've heard from former customers, current customers of your product?
Well, I say people, generally speaking, I would say probably 90% love rate. And I'm not saying that. If you look at Amazon, look at my reviews, these are strangers. I get a lot of good reviews like that. And some of the criticism of my products that I've got in the past, they were right. So it wasn't like, you know what you're talking about? Yeah, my product sucked at the time, right? So You know what I mean? So I have to own that. And but I get repeat customers, and it's a good product. They do what they say they're going to do. So this is a shampoo for curly hair. It works. Like, for curly hair, it gives you the extra moisturizing, blah blah blah. So they work, and so I get really good feedback, and I'm very lucky and very, I don't know, thankful and lucky that I met Erica, who kind of got me into the products I need to get into and how to manufacture them and the do's and don'ts of all that. So yeah, good feedback.
I love that. I love that. And so now, just moving forward, I'm guessing 2021, right? 2021. What's next for Anthony, for business, for your profession, just you? What's next?
Well, hair-wise, TV-wise, I'm kind of bailing out of that TV world just because I need to do this more full-time. I do this full-time, so I'm juggling two, and I'm working 7 days a week, which is kind of like, it's a lot.
That's a lot,
my
Anthony.
TV world, huh?
That's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. And so when I'm at work, even I have my laptop at work. I'm still doing bonsai while I'm on my job, and it's kind of like a little bit of a lot. Sometimes I get so tired, I'm just exhausted. But I want to phase out the hair, or like TV hair part-time, and very little. And do more of this full time and do some other things and just grow the brand, because it's at a point where I've grown it, and now I'm ready to go to another level with it, and which is more like the Targets and bigger distributors and things like that. That's kind of where we are.
Gotcha. Now I must ask this question. Now, when you're at work, do you talk about your business?
What do you mean? Like, do I talk about my products?
Yes.
Only if a person has children, right?
Okay.
So I worked on a show recently. It's this HBO show. It's called The Red Bird Lane. Red Bird Lane. And one of the actresses, actually, she had two daughters, or a boy and a girl. They were 7 and 6, like that, right? But I gave her some of my shampoo. I said, here, this is for the kids, like that. But otherwise, I really don't talk about it too much, honestly. And maybe I should, but sometimes I'm probably just too humble in that way. I should just maybe talk about it more, but I don't.
I got
you. Yeah, so that's kind of how I work it. But it's a good.
And so, Anthony, what would you tell as an awesome advice for future hairstylists and entrepreneurs out there that want to be like you?
What would I tell the future? I would say, one, make sure you get training. I was well trained. I had really good training growing, before I became a stylist. So that's really important, that you know what you're doing and have training. Develop your people skills. You have to have people skills, because people buy my products because of me, not so much always the product. They like the product and all what it represents, but you gotta have good people skills. I think that's really important. And you do that. And you just gotta know what you want to do, and you gotta be fearless, and you gotta be able to handle rejection. And I've been fired on shows before, and you just kind of like, oh, I'm fired. Oh, okay. Well, I'll give my things now, and it was great doing you guys,
Right.
But you just can't take it all that. I don't just take this stuff personal. Don't take things personal. I mean, it's kind of hard not to, but I just don't, and I just keep it moving, and I just, and it's a challenge, all the challenge. It's just where life is. So that's how I deal with it. That's what I say. That would be my advice to someone.
All right, y'all heard it here. The jewels from the jewel person himself, I'm telling you. And so one more time, Anthony, how can they find you on social media? Where can they purchase your products?
You can find it at Kid Salons. You can find it on Amazon for sure, absolutely. And on our website, bonsaikids.com, bonsaikidshaircare.com, or if you go to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, you'll find our name there. It's easy to find, Bonsai Kid. There it is. Boom,
I gotcha. He's everywhere. And his information is in the description below as well. Anthony, thank you so much for being on and telling your story.
Thank you very much, man. It was a pleasure always. But I want to come back. All right.
Oh, you're coming back.
I want to come back,
Anthony.
With the update, the update of the next level. So I'm down.
All right.
I'm just not college material. I am tired of school. I'm just not sure what I want to do after graduation. Sound familiar? Welcome to the Prelo Educational Institute. Our focus is to help young people prepare for life after high school. It's never too early to start planting the seed for education, career, and life overall.
The Prelo Educational Institute is made up of the following two products. The first product is the book titled I Ain't Going to College, A Guide for Life After High School. This is the first book of a series that introduces middle and high school students to a young man struggling to find his way and make the decision about whether attending college is the right choice for him or not. The book has questions inside, and a supplemental curriculum can also be purchased. The newest product from the Prelo Educational Institute is our online course titled Preparing for Life After High School. In this course, students will learn about decision-making, self-confidence, accountability, self-awareness, and many other topics that speak to social-emotional learning. Young people will read a story about a young man who never gave up no matter what the circumstances were. The course is interactive and has questions, quizzes, and video. Do not wait until your child or student is a senior in high school to start planning. Enroll today. To enroll and learn more, please visit www.speakerauthormarlowe.com.
Everybody, welcome back. So to start the week off every Monday, we are doing a brand new segment called Motivational Mondays. I, during the break, was scrolling on Instagram, just going down my feed, and I saw this incredible young male named Timothy Clifton, and speaking truth like no other, speaking his own truth and encouraging others along the way. And speaking with him, I learned that he was not even 20 years old as of yet, but he has the mindset and the wisdom of a 40-plus-year-old. Again, giving awesome advice to get you pepped along the way. So I invited him to join us here at the Michael Finkley Show with his segment of Motivational Mondays, and it will be every week. So here it is.
So it's Speaker Timothy Clifton Jr., and I'm here to talk to y'all. Man, it's 2021. It's a new year. It's time to get better. No more excuses this year. I'm tired of excuses, and I even had to do this for myself. No more excuses this year. Let's let go of the excuses and let's start doing the work. I hear so many people just talking about their problems, but they not getting the help they need, or they not doing the action they need to be a problem solver. That's what we gotta be this year. 2021, I want problem solvers. Where my problem solvers at? That's what I need. Problem solvers. You have to be a problem solver. You can vent and you can talk all day, but if you don't walk the walk and you just talk the talk, then it means absolutely zero. So you have to be a problem solver and start putting your thoughts and all these ideas, all them ideas that you have, put it into action. All them great habits you have, put it into action. All these thoughts you having that's healthy and that's positive, put it into action. I'm seeing these people talk about, I read these books and I watch these videos. I watch your videos, but you not putting it in the work. That don't mean nothing if you watching the videos. It don't mean nothing if you reading the books and you not putting in the work. You gotta put in the work. That's the 3 steps to success. The first one is belief, man. Always believe in yourself to be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. You can do it. Number 2, you got to put in the work. If you don't have no work ethic, then you is useless, because you can't achieve anything without the work ethic. And number 3, you would achieve your goals. I want everybody 2021 to follow these 3 steps and be a problem solver.
On the next Michael Finkley,
Fox's I Can See Your Voice and comedian Eric Escobar is with us, and social media influencer Corey Jones is with us.
Next Finkley. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Yo, we are at the end of the show. Can you believe it? Y'all, can you believe it? I tell you, when you're having fun, everything just goes by. Time just goes by. Thank you so much to our guests. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Jeff Wallace. Thank you, Jovante, for being on today. Thank you for sharing your stories and the mark that you're leaving in the world today. It's all positive, and that is what we're aiming for. Positivity. So many negative things are happening in the world today, but y'all get your dose of positivity every day, and I promise you, you live longer, you be more excited about life, you know, you'll be happier, and your day will be so much better. So y'all, thank you so very much for your input. And also Tim Clifton, y'all, every Monday for Motivational Mondays. Thank you for starting our week off and also our year off with your awesome words. Thank you so much. On the next Michael Finkley Wednesday, y'all, we have social media influencer Corey Jones is with us. He's going to tell us how he got started, y'all. It's a show you don't want to miss. And also as well, we have funny man Eric Escobar with us. And you may have seen him on Fox's I Can See Your Voice. He's going to talk about that experience and what he's doing for the new year as well. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Michael Finkley Show. Ring that bell for notification. And also, please follow us on Spotify. Listen to us, y'all. Apple podcast as well. Visit our website at michaelfinkley.show.com, michaelfinkley.show.com, and most importantly, if you have a Roku TV, please add the Greater Works Network to your repertoire and you'll be able to see us as well. Thank you so much for watching, you all, and guess what? We'll see you Wednesday. Have a good one.